Here's the deal. I argued this to many, many juries as a prosecutor. Reasonable doubt is the conclusion you come to a moral and reasonable certainty. I'm quoting the law. A moral and reasonable certainty, Michael. Moral, heart, reasonable, head. Translation, what you believe in your head and your heart. Because I've heard people argue, Michael Christian, I know he did it. I know he did it, but I don't know if the state has proved it beyond a reasonable doubt. Well, that's what a reasonable doubt is, Michael. If you believe it, if the state has convinced you that you believe it, that you know in your heart and in your mind that he did it, then it has been proven to a reasonable doubt. That's my argument.
You know, Nancy, I've been a juror. I've been a juror 3 times, and I can tell you from the perspective of being in that jury room, a lot of jurors have problems with the standard of reasonable doubt. They're just not sure exactly what it means. Now, you've just explained it very well. Some jury instructions explain it very well. Some jury instructions leave it somewhat nebulous. It's a tough call for jurors because you can get, you know, a majority of jurors back there who think that, you know, it's been proven beyond reasonable doubt. But if you have 1 or 2 who are holding out because they're just not sure what reasonable doubt is, that's a big problem for the prosecution.
All right, Jim Kirkwood, tell me, what do we know about this jury?
Well, what worries me, and I hate to be sexist, but there are a majority of women on it.
When I hear a man say, ooh, I hate to be sexist, that means you're about to be sexist. So when you hear yourself saying that, just stop right there, okay? But just out of curiosity, what were you going to say?
I'm worried that the female members might be a little squishy on this because sending a guy away for life's a big deal. But this is Utah County, Nancy, and they're pretty conservative and tough here. If I were betting, I'd put some money on guilty, but it's a flip of the coin. That's
so funny. You're worried about the women. I'm worried about the men. I'm worried about the men that may condone or think it's okay to have an affair on your wife with 8 children. And hey, nobody's on trial for having sex, all right? That's not what this is about. And frankly, I don't care. I'm not the church leader. I don't care who, cats and dogs sleeping together, don't care. All I care about is the murder. So you're worried about the women. I'm worried about the men. Jingosaurus, what do you make of this jury?
I'm really glad you brought that up because the men have been the dominant ones on this jury. And during the defense closing argument today, and so many people saw this, a male juror who is now deliberating in the back row was listening forward, and everything the defense attorney said he agreed with and shook his head yes, yes. And finally, when the defense attorney said you have to find him not guilty, he agreed and shook his head yes.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Everybody, we are